If your steering feels loose, your tires are wearing unevenly, or you're hitting a clunk from the front end, check this out. That movement shouldn't be there. A worn inner or outer tie rod can cause all of those symptoms.
What's guys, over here, and in this DIY video, I'll be showing you how to replace your inner tie rod or rack end, as well as your tie rod end. Specifically for the 2015 to 2025 Hilux year models, the non-wide fender or non-GRS models. Alright, so here are the things that you'll be needing for this DIY. So first of all, the parts, so the rack end or inner tie rod end, and then clamps for your rack end boots. So if you cannot find any of these stainless steel clamps, you could use a heavy duty zip tie. And a pipe wrench or this specific removal tool for removing your rack end or inner tie rod. Of course, paint pen and tie rod and or ball joint remover like this one. So I use this specifically for the Hilux. An open-ended wrench set and another set with a closed end. Your socket and ratchet, extension, flathead screwdriver, long nose pliers, and a breaker bar. Or to make life easier, you could use an impact wrench. And a torque wrench and a jack stands, and garage creeper. So let's begin.
So first things first, loosen the lug nuts on your front wheels. And then safely jack up your vehicle, put jack stands underneath it, and remove the front wheels.
Alright, so after removing the wheel, time to find the tie rod. So this one is your tie rod, which is connected to your rack end pinion right over there. So this is your inner tie rod or rack end, then tie rod end. So the first thing to do is to remove this cotter pin right here. So grab your pliers, needle nose pliers, just bend that pin straight, then just pull it out just like that. And now time to remove this castle nut using a 19mm socket or wrench.
So grab your breaker bar or extension bar and 19mm socket and break this loose counterclockwise. Just like that. With the castle nut out, time to pop this off from the knuckle. So I'm not a fan of hammering this because you could damage the thread as well as the castle nut. So I'll be using these pullers, ball joint pullers or stud puller. So for the Hilux, from the kit that I bought, I find this one to be working as this one is quite large on this space. So we'll be using this one. So just clamp it on and make sure to be careful of the rubber boot of the tie rod end. And then just put it around the knuckle and this one on the stud. So just loosen it first so that it will be going on top of the stud, and then this will be gripping the knuckle, the claws of the puller or remover. Alright, so for this one is a 17 hex. You could use your breaker bar again. So just tighten this one until the tie rod end pops off from the knuckle. So just make sure that the rubber is not being pinched. So it may take a while if you're doing this manually without any sort of power tools. But of course, I like it faster with the impact wrench. Boom, just like that. So now time to remove the whole tie rod. Of course, if you're just gonna replace your tie rod end, which is this part right here, then no need to remove everything, specifically the inner tie rod or the rack end. But regardless, if you're just gonna replace the tie rod end or both, or just the inner tie rod, the first thing to do is grab your paint pen, then put a paint or a marker on the threads of the inner tie rod. So where the jam nut ends, or the position of the jam nut. So we're putting a paint here so that we could pretty much ballpark the alignment, specifically the toe alignment of our wheels when we put it back. So now time to remove the jam nut, but ideally you should do this before popping out the tie rod end. But you could do it, just put it back on the knuckle, then reinstall the castle nut so that it will just hold the tie rod end. And grab your 22mm open-ended wrench and grab another wrench with the close end so that you could use it as your extension because jam nuts are pretty tight. So just rotate it clockwise in this case so that we'll be moving the nut away from the tie rod end. Alright, so after loosening the jam nut, time to remove the tie rod end. But before we do that, we're gonna take note of the position and then we're gonna rotate it counterclockwise and count how many rotations until it gets removed. So from that position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, a little over 11. So 11 and 1/4 turns. So after removing the jam nut, time to remove this boot clamp right here. So grab your needle nose pliers or any pliers, then just pinch that clamp and slide it out. And now time to remove the clamp from the inner side. So for the inner clamp, it's that one right over there. So where this flathead screwdriver is pointing at. So there will be this part right here that is embossed or sticking out. Just put the flathead screwdriver there and then hammer it out and it will get loosened or it will be loosened. So the clamp will be destroyed in this process. That's why you need to buy a new clamp. So just put the flathead screwdriver on that part that was sticking out on the clamp and hammer it. So once you destroyed the clamp, it will be loose. Now time to pull the whole boot out. So this one or this part right here might be a little difficult, so you might need to pry it a little so that it will break free, especially if it's been caked with dirt. So you could rotate it around, just give it a gentle pry, and let's try pulling it out. There. And now we could see the ball joint of the inner tie rod. And I could definitely feel a little play right here. Now to remove the whole inner tie rod or rack end, you could use a pipe wrench or this tool right here. So first, let me show you how to use this one. So you might need an adapter. So in this case, this is a 1/4, if I'm not mistaken, 1/2 to 1/4 converter or adapter. And then just remove these 2 bolts right here and then separate the 2 pieces and put it at the back. So over here, on this black part right here, the bulge part, because the other part is already your steering. So the rack and pinion part. And then put the other half below and put the nuts. So tighten it until it's very, very snug or very tight. And you just put your adapter here or your extension or breaker bar and then break it loose counterclockwise. So basically you get the idea. And of course you could do it with the pipe wrench. So just adjust the wrench. Make sure it's clamping very tight on this part of the rack end or inner tie rod. So just double checking it and then rotate it counterclockwise to loosen it. There. Alright, so we have the tie rod or rack end inner tie rod loosened. And then just unscrew it all the way out. Alright. And of course, don't forget to remove this old clamp. So before we install the new part,
put it besides the old one and check for the length or the dimensions if they are exactly the same. So this is the new one, this is the old one. Putting them together or aside besides each other, they have the same length. So do this as well with your tie rod end and as well as your boot if you're replacing them.
So now time to install the new inner tie rod or rack end. But before that, if it doesn't include any lock washer, it would be ideal to put a thread locker so that it won't loosen over time, especially if we're off-roading where there are a lot of vibration. So just put some on the threads and then thread it on the rack and pinion or the steering rack. So just hand tighten it for now and then we'll use our tool later. So either the pipe wrench or the specific inner tie rod or rack end remover. So once it's snug, give it a good turn and make sure no dirt gets into the grease. So after hand tightening this, you could see that this is very stiff. And now we could tighten it with our pipe wrench or our inner tie rod or rack end remover. So in this case, I'll be using this one because you could use a torque wrench with this one so that we could tighten this up to torque specs. Alright, so after installing the tool, time to put our torque wrench in there and torque it down to 98 Newton meters or 100. Alright, we're good. So after tightening the inner tie rod or rack end, time to reinstall the boot. But if yours have already a damage or any rips or tears, then time to replace that one. But if the old one's still in good condition, you could reuse it, just clean it up. And on my case, after cleaning it up, I sprayed it with some silicone spray so that it will be kinda rejuvenated and protected. So all of the muds are cleaned out. So just slide it in. So this part, the outer part, should lock on this rib on the inner tie rod or rack end. Just like that. Then just reinstall the outer clamp. So make sure that it is properly sitting so that there will be a rubber or a little bit of rubber on the outer side. Alright, so that's already good.
Alright, so for the clamps, if you're not gonna use the OEM clamp, the one from Toyota, you could easily buy these kinds of clamps online. So the first one, it has holes on one side, then there are these little hooks on the other side, and then you just basically crimp it on this part right here using this tool. So once you have put it on your boot, just bring your tool, crimping tool, and then press that part to make a snug fit. And then the other type is this one. So you just basically feed this end to this tool and then wind it up until it's tight. And once it's tight, you fold that part and lock it with these two little wings right here. So those are the two clamps and how to install them on your rack and boot.
And just slide in the clamp for the inner part and make sure it's snug. Then we'll use our tool to tighten this one. Alright, so just feed the excess strip to the tool. So there will be a hole at the end of that tool. Feed it through there and then feed it on another hole right here and put the excess out from the tool. And then just rotate this until it is very tight. And just fit some sort of Allen key right here on this part. But once it's very snug, to cut it off. After it's been cut, fold it flat. You could use a hammer to flatten it out. And then the wings, just fold it over the excess part so that it will lock on itself. Alright, so after installing the boot and the clamps for the inner tie rod or rack end, now time to install the tie rod end. But before we reinstall this or install your new one, grab your old one and line it up. And we'll take the line from the old rack end or inner tie rod and ballpark it on the new one. So somewhere around here. And we'll also still count the rotations when we took off the tie rod end. Alright, so after putting the jam nut on up to the marker that we put earlier, time to install the new tie rod end. So we're gonna rotate it on how many counts we did when we remove it. So on my case, it's 11 1/4 turn. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 1/4. Okay, just gonna loosen the jam nut. Alright, that should pretty much do it. And just gonna tighten the jam nut a little so that the tie rod end won't move. Okay, then remove the jam nut, the castle nut on the tie rod end. And this would be a little bit stiff, so just give it a little force so that we could easily put it in the knuckle. You could also put the vehicle on ignition on so that we could steer the vehicle to make life much easier. Alright, so once it budge, so it will be much easier, a little easier to move it into position so that we could slide it in the knuckle. And then just slide it in the knuckle. And then install the castle nut so that it won't slide out. And then just tighten it with a 19mm socket or wrench. And just torque it down to 91 Newton meters with your torque wrench. Alright, all good. Make sure that the holes line up with the castle nut. If not, you could rotate it a little so that we could put the cotter pin in. Once you have torqued it down, install the new cotter pin into the hole. And just like that. Then grab your pliers and bend the cotter pin around the bolt. So in my case, I'll just follow the original one where they bend it to the top of the stud. Alright, all good. And of course, don't forget to tighten the jam nut so that it won't loosen once you're driving on your way to the alignment shop or tire shop. Alright, all good. And we're done with replacing the inner tie rod or the rack end as well as the tie rod end. So after that, just put your wheels back on and then check for any play on these two parts right here. So shake your wheel at the 3 and 9 o'clock position. Check for any plays or any sounds, any vibration. If there's none, then that's the time to bring it to the alignment shop or wheel shop and have your wheels aligned, specifically the toe alignment, since we replaced these two parts right here. Or even if you just replace one, you still need to have your wheels aligned after installing the new part or replacing the new part. So once you're all good, that's pretty much it. We're done with replacing the inner tie rod and the tie rod end. So guys, I hope you find this video helpful. Don't forget to like and share this and subscribe for more DIY videos and other car related content. So guys, thanks for watching and see you on the next bit. Bye!